Somos kids! I'm so happy to see you guys today. Get up on your feet and come dance with us.
Raise the game. Come on, raise the game. Are you ready?
He gives us everything we could ever need to love the world around us, to be a light in darkness. He's with us every breath, He's with us every step, so we can leave fear in the dust behind us. If you wanna raise the game, He will give you strength to reach another level in Jesus' name. If you wanna raise the game, He will give you strength to reach another level in Jesus' name. We are moving up, moving up. We are making it loud. We're making it loud. We're not afraid. We are moving up, moving up. We are making it loud. We're making it loud. Let's raise the game. We're not afraid to raise the game. We're not afraid to power up and we're not afraid to raise the game. We're not afraid to power up and He gives us everything we could ever need to love the world around us, to be a light in darkness. He's with us every breath, He's with us every step, so we can leave fear in the dust behind us. If you wanna raise the game, He will give you strength to reach another level in Jesus' name. If you wanna raise the game, He will give you strength to reach another level in Jesus' name. We are moving up, moving up. We are making it loud. We're making it loud. We're not afraid. We are moving up, moving up. We are making it loud. We're making it loud. Let's raise the game. We're not afraid to raise the game. We're not afraid to power up and we're not afraid to raise the game. We're not afraid to power up and so get your hands up. We're gonna power up. Lay your worries down. He is with us now. Get your hands up. It's time to power up. We want the whole wide world to see. We are moving up, moving up. We are making it loud. We're making it loud. We're not afraid. We are moving up, moving up. We are making it loud. We're making it loud. Let's raise the game. We're not afraid to raise the game. We're not afraid to power up. We're not afraid to raise the game. We're not afraid to power up. We're not afraid. it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave his best. Without a doubt, the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, oh. I'm reading my B-I-B-L-E, and this is what it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave his best. Without a doubt, the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, whoa. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door.
Hey Somos kids, I'm so glad you guys are back here and decided to join us for another week at church. It wouldn't be the same without you, and honestly, it just got better because you're here. So I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. And you know what? I wanted to ask you guys something. Have you ever been happy? And I mean like really happy. Like really, really, really happy. I mean like really, 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 really happy. So happy that you feel it inside and you just want to scream and shout at the top of your lungs? Have you? How did you respond when you felt that way? What did you do? Well, today we're going to talk about a guy who was so happy like that, but we're going to get into that in a little bit, you know? Because I want to talk to you guys about the difference between happiness and joy. Now you hear it a lot. We do our SOMOSkids value and we say number 5 is I will always choose joy. Positive attitude, right? What's the difference between happiness and joy? Well, happiness is tied to what's going on around you. Meaning, if something bad's happened, you probably won't be happy. If something's not going your way, you might not be happy. Happiness is just, it's tied down. But joy isn't. Joy is a choice. It's an attitude. Something that you can choose to be. And true joy comes from God. So when I choose joy, I'm choosing God. Or when I choose God, I'm choosing joy, right? So that's the difference there. I can choose to be joyful no matter what. Happiness, it comes and goes. But joy, because of God, it's here to stay. So speaking of that, we are going to go into our SOMOSkids value, all right? So number 1 is listening ears. I will listen twice as much as I speak. Listening ears. I will listen twice as much as I speak. Number 2 is kind mouth. I will use kind words to honor others and speak life. Kind mouth. I use kind words to honor others and speak life. Number 3 is humble heart. I will think of others before myself. Okay? Humble heart. I will think of others before myself. And number 4 is helping hands. I know it's some of the favorite. All right, it might be some of yours favorite, may not be, because of the last part of it. And helping hands is I will use my hands for helping and sharing. That means today, when you're playing, if you have toys, whatever, you got to share them. All right? Because we are helping hands. We have helping hands. We will use our hands for helping and sharing, okay? And like we just talked about, number 5 is positive attitude. I will always choose joy. Meaning no matter what's happening, even if it doesn't make me feel good, I'm going to choose joy. Okay? All right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and go into our memory verse now, all right? Do you know our memory verse? Do you remember it from last week? If you don't, our memory verse is in Isaiah 55:8, and it says, "My thoughts are not like your thoughts, and my ways and your ways are not like my ways, announces the Lord." So what that's telling us is God doesn't think or act like us. In fact, he probably thinks and acts better than we do, like way better, like not even close better, right? But that's a good thing. It's unusual and it's a good thing that God's not like us. Like we are like God, but he's so much better. He's just perfect, right? So his thoughts, they're kind of better than our thoughts. And his way, it's way, trust me, way better than our way. Okay, we're going to read it again. "My thoughts are not like your thoughts, and your ways are not like my ways, announces the Lord." Isaiah 55:8. Good job, guys. We're going to learn a little more today about how unusually great God is. So today, we're going to continue talking about David. We talked about him last week, how he was picked to be king, even though it wasn't likely. In fact, there was 7 other sons, taller and probably stronger than David, but David was picked. All right, and we're going to continue talking about him. We're talking about the special box that David and the people of Israel, remember that's God's special people, had. We're going to talk about it. Now, what do you think made this box so special? What do you think was in it? What made this box so special? Was it money? No. Was it a bunch of candy? No. What actually makes this box so special is that it was a holy box. And God surrounded that box with his power. And we called it the Ark of the Covenant. That's confusing long name. You can just say the Ark, all right? It's not Noah's Ark. It's a different Ark. This is a box Ark, all right? So it's called the Ark of the Covenant, but we'll just call it the Ark. Okay, in the Ark were these amazing things from their history that reminded the people what God did from them. Like 2 big stone tablets that Moses brought down from the mountain when God spoke to him. And just a bunch of other cool stuff that were in there that reminded them about what God had done. Even though the Ark had a home, David said, hey, you know what? We need to move this closer to us so we can protect it, so we can keep it safe. So he sent 30,000. If you don't know how much 30,000 is, let's just say it's a lot. He sent 30,000 of his best men to protect it and bring it back carefully closer to him in a city called Jerusalem. So I want to read what happens as we're bringing it into that city. They went all this way and brought it. I want to read when they get there what happens. And we're going to read in 2 Samuel 6:5. And it says, David was celebrating with all his might in front of the Lord. So was everyone in Israel. All of them were playing castanets, harps, lyres, tambourines, rattles, cymbals, crazy instruments, all right? Really cool instruments. They were all just celebrating and so excited. And David wasn't just happy. Remember, we talked about happiness. David was joyful. In fact, even though he had so many challenges, David was so joyful because of the ark that when it got there, he danced around in his underwear. Now, please, Please, David's not perfect. I don't want you guys to go around dancing in your underwear in the streets. Please don't do that. But he was that joyful about this, even though that sounds really embarrassing. And it didn't bother him. So when his wife saw him, from a window, she got mad. She didn't like it, and he thought he was humiliating himself. But David didn't care. He said that this was such an amazing event, so amazing that he couldn't help but be happy. He made offerings out. He celebrated with the whole city. Burgers, fries, chicken for everyone. They probably didn't eat that back then, but they were just partying it up when this ark got here. You get the point. David was really happy when that ark came. And you know what? I think we know that it was God who filled David with that joy. Because God gives unexplainable joy. All right, that's the main thing we need to take away from today. God gives unexplainable joy. Sometimes we make the choice to choose joy, and in return, God will give us more joy. God gives unexplainable joy. So let's take 30 seconds right now. Thank God for being unusually great and for giving us unexplainable joy. All right, 30 seconds starts now. Awesome, let's get up on our feet and let's dance one more time. Let's get those wiggles out. Let's get on the move. And then we're gonna go watch some Grow TV, okay you guys? So come on, Somos kids, get up and dance.
Fire Hey there, chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And I'm Andy.
Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
So, Carl,
Yes, Andy?
what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I can see that. What's with the box?
Box? Oh, no, what box? Not this box. It's not, it's just a normal box, Andy.
So can I hold it?
No! Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to be really careful because this box is different than any other box. It's unusual to find something so rare.
All right, no problem. So what's so unusual about it?
Well, I care about this box, and I found something that I never thought I would.
Well, you're not talking about the crazy egg, are you?
Yeah, I got the crazy egg. Everybody knows that a box of eggs comes with 12 eggs in it, but every once in a while, you'll find one that has an extra egg. A 13th egg. A crazy egg. Crazy egg.
Wow, Carl, that's amazing. You must be so happy.
Yeah, so happy. I'm so happy.
Carl, you seem kind of stressed.
What? Me stressed? No, why would you say that?
Well, you're doing your stressed out voice where your voice gets all high and loud.
What are you talking about? I don't have a stressed out voice. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm a little stressed, but I've always wanted a crazy egg and now I have it, but
But what?
now I'm afraid of losing it or something bad happened to it.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. So what do you say we jump into today's story?
I suppose. What are we talking about?
Well, believe it or not, we're talking about King David again, but this time it involves a special type of box.
A box like this?
Not exactly. This particular box was made of wood and it was beautifully designed. They actually called it the Ark of the Covenant, and it was created to hold really important things in the Old Testament.
What kind of things?
Things that would remind the people of what God had done, like the tablets that the Ten Commandments were written on, or a jar of manna.
Is that the special food that God rained down from the sky for the Israelites to eat? From when they were walking the wilderness and stuff?
That's the one. And also the rod that Moses' brother Aaron used that budded leaves, even though it was a dead piece of wood.
Wow, that stuff really is important. So what does that have to do with King David?
Well, having the Ark of the Covenant in your town was something everyone wanted, especially David.
Why did everyone want it?
Well, what made the Ark of the Covenant really special is that it was a symbol of God's presence.
Wait, God was in the box?
Sort of. It was a place where people could come and meet with God. That's why having it with you was such a big deal.
I can imagine. Well, who had the ark?
Well, David and his men came and got the Ark from a place called Bela, and they brought it back to Israel.
Nice. I bet they were nervous like me, huh? Holding on to the ark, protecting it, trying to make sure nothing bad happened to it.
Not really.
I mean, the Ark of the Covenant is so important. You gotta take care of it.
Yes, it is serious, but bringing home the Ark of the Covenant was a very happy thing for David and the people of Israel.
Really?
Of course, this box had so much history and meant so much to the people of Israel. I mean, it was one way of really knowing that God was with them.
Wow, that was really cool.
You bet it is. David was so happy that he began to dance and everyone started playing instruments.
Wait a minute. David was dancing, right?
Yeah?
But it said he was dancing in his underwear.
What, you've never done that?
Not in front of a bunch of people like that, Andy.
Fair enough. But at that moment, David didn't care what he was wearing or who was watching. He was just so happy and filled with joy.
Joy?
Of course, David finally brought back the Ark of the Covenant to God's people. That meant so much to David, and he could not contain it.
I know how that goes. Sometimes I feel like I'm just gonna burst and I'll get all my feelings out. But I don't think everyone gets me.
You know what? David experienced that too. Some people thought that the highest ruler in all of the land should not be behaving in such an unusual way. But David let them know that his joy came from the Lord and he couldn't hide it.
Well, good for David. Why should he? Well, after listening to this story, I think it's obvious that God gives unexplainable joy.
Carl, you know what gives me joy?
Silly cat videos on YouTube?
No, you said our big idea. Today's big idea is God gives unexplainable joy.
So let's say it out loud on the count of three.
One, two, three.
God gives unexplainable joy! Yeah! Oh yeah! Wow! I'm glad we got to talk, Andy. I'm now truly starting to enjoy this crazy egg.
I'm glad too, Carl. You deserve it.
Thanks, Andy. I'm really...
Oh. Carl, I'm so sorry. Oh, Carl, don't cry. God gives unexplainable. Okay, that's all for today. That's all for today, kids. Sorry.
You're not Dad.
Oh, Carl, look, it's an omelet with legs.
Oh, neat.
Carl. See you next week.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Grow TV.
This was so awesome, you guys. Thank you to Grow TV and our friends there for doing so amazing. It was such a blessing to see you guys, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye, Somos kids.